Shalom Aleichem and welcome to Online Smicha. You know, on Shabbos Musaf, right before Musaf, we say a Misha Beirach, and we give a special Misha Beirach to Kol Mi Sha'isik B'Tzarech Tzibur Be'emunah, those who work for community needs, helping communities. HaKadosh Baruch Hu Yishalem Scharam, the Eibishter should give them a reward, and the rewards are Yirpa L'Chol Gufam, Yislach L'Chol Avainam, a special bakashas and a special bracha for this unique person who is Isaac B'Tzarech Tzibur Be'emunah. The question is asked that we find that when Eldad and Medad were misnabim b'machna, as it's brought in Chumash in Bamidbar, Perek Yud Aleph, Pasuk Chavches, and Yeshua was very not happy of what they were doing, Eldad and Medad. So he turns to Moshe Rabbeinu and he says, Moshe, please claim. Claim means let's get rid of them, let's destroy them. They're doing a terrible thing. So Rashi quotes from the Gemara in Sanhedrin, in what way should we do this to them? So Rashi says, Hatel Aleihem Tzarchei Tzibur. Make them in charge of a community thing. Ve'en Kalamei Aleihem. If you make, it's impossible to survive. Leading a community is just a very tough job. So instead of physically destroying them, just give them a job of Isaac B'Tzarech Tzibur. So how does that work? So the story is told that they asked this question once to the Baal Shem Tov. Is it, if it's a great thing, you get special schar, you get special reward, and yet as a punishment, it was asked to be given to Eldad and Medad. And the Baal Shem Tov explained that it's by Eldad and Medad, or the wording of Yeshua was Hatel Aleihem. Place it upon them like a load of bricks. Meaning to say, if the person performing this Tzarchei Tzibur act does it like, oh, it's a yoke on it's on my shoulders. I just don't want to do it. I'm being forced to do it. Rachmana litzlan ve'hein kalamei aleim. But if, however, he does it with enthusiasm, with chayish, because this he feels is his shlichus, now obviously the brachas are great for somebody who is Isaac B'Tzarech Tzibur Be'emunah. One of the biggest struggles every Isaac B'Tzarech Tzibur has is financing, collecting money, fundraising, and the halacha has a special bracha for a fundraiser. Or the Gemara says, the Gemara in Baba Basra, Daf Tes Amud Beis, the Gemara says, Gadol hama'asa yoiser min ha'isa. The one who makes others give tzedakah is even greater than the person giving the tzedakah. So you know how much emphasis is brought about giving tzedakah. How we make such a big thing about what kind of great mitzvah tzedakah is. The one who is in charge of convincing people, fundraising the money for the tzedakah, is Gadol min ha'isa. And they bring a pasuk from Yeshaya. Yeshaya Navi says, V'hoya ma'isa hatzdaka shalom, v'avodas hatzdaka hashket v'vetach ad olam. Ma'isa hatzdaka is shalom, peace. The avodas hatzdaka, the actual giving of the tzedakah, creates hashket v'vetach. The person will have peace and quiet. So the Maharsha explains, by the ma'isa hatzdaka, the one who gets this act moving, he gets the blessing, the bracha of shalom. There's no greater bracha than shalom. The one giving the tzedakah, he did a great mitzvah, but he didn't get shalom. He gets, according to the Maharsha, hashket v'betach, a great schar. But the ma'aseh, the one fundraising, the one getting the people to do the tshuva, the tzedakah, is even greater. In the Svarim, it is brought that if somebody goes around from place to place collecting money for tzedakah, he helps himself, obviously, there's brachas that we just mentioned, and he helps that his family should not need Rachmana litzlan to ever collect for tzedakah. The Aruch HaShulchan in Yeridea Siman Reish Mem Tes says, Ein lecha avoda kasha shebemikdash Yoiser milesef tzedakah me'acherim. Everybody knows there is no more difficult job than fundraising. There is nothing more difficult than that. But olefichach, because it's so difficult, schara meruba, the reward for a fundraiser is great. And he concludes, umatzil bazeh yoytze yereichai milakabel tzedakah, that because of his effort to do fundraising for tzedakah, he is saving his grandchildren, his children, that they will not have to collect tzedakah. In Chassidish Svarim it says that a person travels from place to place collecting tzedakah. It's obviously a tikkun for many inyanim that need tikkun, but it's also a tikkun for kares Rahman al-Itzlan, traveling from one corner of the world to the other corner of the world. Some Chassidish Rebbe say it's a tikkun for arba misas bezdin all around. And it is just a general thing that you don't find too many mitzvahs having this schar. It is customary that the Gabbai tzedakah, who is collecting the tzedakah, when the person gives him a donation, you'll hear the Meshalachim say, Tiskil mitzvahs. You give a bracha. Why do you give a bracha? So it's brought from a Chassidish Rebbe that when a Yid gives tzedakah, that is so special, such a special time that Sharei Rachmim open up, the heavens open up, and it's a good time to give a bracha. So you give a bracha to his kila mitzvahs. There is a story told about a certain Meshulach from Yerushalayim, that every time whenever he would go around fundraising, if he would ask somebody for a donation, and the person would say chabnish, so right away he would say, Zos Yehabim. That was his comeback, Zos Yehabim. And he explained himself. He said that you should know that when a Yid is collecting for tzedakah, a malach goes along with him. And if the person the fundraiser asks for a donation, and the person who's being asked responds a chabnish, the malach says amen. Amen to a chabnish. That's very scary. There is actually a pshat that I think it's brought from the Malbim, a pasuk that we say in Shabbos davening, a pasuk in Tilim, that it says that if a person says, Ani, I'm a Ani, Hashem Shemeya, the Eibishter listens. So a person is being asked for money, and you say, I don't have a chabnish, that Hashem will listen, and Hashem, God forbid, will turn it out to be that way. So you have to be very careful that if you're approached and you're asked to give some money, so the Meshulach had this custom that he right away, so the Malach should say Amen on a positive thing, he would right away say Zolst Haben. And the Eibishter gives that the Malach and the Eibishter say Amen, and all Klal Yisrael will have everything they need.